What's up, everybody? We're back working on the 240 again. I'm gonna put this glove box in. Something I've been meaning to do for a while. Just been really procrastinating about it. Last weekend we took this car out. Didn't really get into much. It's Saturday night, and I think we can get into something tonight. So we're gonna get this car cleaned up, prepped up, and then hopefully we can get into some races, man. See what happens. But first, I'm gonna stick this glove box in, and we'll go from there. All right, so I guess I can show you guys what I'm working on. It's really kind of embarrassing, honestly, but so this is the wiring mess that I'm trying to bundle up. I'm gonna put my glove box in, which already has started with the bracket, and once I get my glove box in, I'm gonna come up under here and try to zip tie most of these wires up out of the way, and hopefully that glove box will cover most of that. But you know, anytime I ever had a chance to work on this car, it's always been like a hurry up and rush. Got to get the car done for a certain reason, whether it's just trying to get it out that night or for whatever. So all the wiring has always been rushed. So my plan is, you know, I'm gonna get into this thing and tear it apart one day and just redo it all, just because I know more now, and just a lot of things are just, you know, thrown together just for the time being. And you know, if you look at this wiring, you know, if you know anything about mechanic stuff, wiring is a nightmare, especially when you have this much of it that's, you know, going to this computer with all this other junk that has just been hacked in there. It's just be better just to, you know, redo the whole thing, just redo the whole car, redo all the wiring, just everything, just start from scratch. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. I'm just gonna zip tie a few things and button this glove box in, and we should be good. All right, glove box is in. You come down here, you can kind of see that wiring mess, but I tucked most of them up, zip tied them, got the glove box back in. So definitely way happier with it. Looks like I know what I'm doing more than it did before. So not bad there. I've been meaning to get some door cards, but that's on the list, dude. A list of many things that I gotta do to the car. I gotta get some custom made door cards or some aluminum ones, because the stock ones, they don't work, they don't fit. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll get some aluminum door cards for it eventually. I'm gonna put this cover on too, so I'm gonna cut the video, put that on real quick, and then I think we're ready to go cruising, man. You know, it's the little things. That little cover makes all the difference in the world. So anyway, we're about ready to roll out. All right, we're gonna check on these GoPros real quick, make sure they're charged, which it's looking like they're close. I'm gonna try to keep the video jabber to a minimum, but I do want to stop and kind of like break down what the car is, what the setup is on the car, and just kind of give everybody an idea of what it is. So I'm gonna cut the video, pack up my GoPros, and then we'll jump into what is the setup on the 240. All right, let's talk about this thing real quick. All right, so the car is a 1995 Nissan 240 SX. It has a junkyard LS 4.8 liter. Again, it's a junkyard motor, so it is unknown mileage. I didn't do anything to it, just replace the gaskets, normal maintenance things. It has a Brian Tooley Stage 3 turbo cam kit, which came with springs, retainers, push rods, just your standard LS stuff, you know, the turning upgrade, LS7 lifters, really just run-of-the-mill maintenance things you do on these LS swaps when you swap them. Stock heads, I believe they are the 852 or 862, excuse me, the 862 heads, just some regular stock heads. I believe those heads came off of a Gen 3 engine. This is actually a Gen 4 motor. Turbo is just a regular journal bearing, Berg Warner S475, so it's like a 76 millimeter. Again, nothing fancy with the turbo. It was really cheap. It's like a diesel replacement turbo for, I think, like a international semi. Again, nothing fancy there. Just a homemade turbo kit out of stainless steel, precision wastegate. That's a Summit intake with fuel rails. So again, nothing real crazy, just run-of-the-mill LS swap stuff. Mishimoto radiator. I got upgraded fans. If you do swaps in these cars, they have terrible time cooling. So yeah, just some upgraded fans on the Mishimoto radiator. Transmission is a built Turbo 400. It's built by FTI. It has a custom spec torque converter with it. And I'm not entirely sure what the full build is on the Turbo 400. It's been like 5 years ago now, so I can't remember, but it's built everything. That transmission's good for whatever. It's starting to get tired now, but I mean, who has built Turbo 400 transmissions run as long as this one has? Nothing fancy with the rear end. Custom drive shaft, obviously, for the swap, but the rear end's a Nissan 350Z rear end, as well as 350Z axle, so it's stock Nissan rear end, really. Tires, some Mickey Thompson ET Streets, full cage, Kirkies, and that's about it, really. The car's kind of like a really basic setup. It's running on Holley EFI. This thing made like 806 to the tire on 19 pounds of boost. It's set on 23 now, so it's probably maybe another 100 horsepower to the tire right now, maybe 900 to the tire. Fuel system. So fuel system is FIC 1000 cc fuel injectors. There's 8 of them, and I have 2 fuel pumps in the tank. So I have 2 fuel pumps that feed individually into a Y, and then when it comes back up to here, it's split off again, and it feeds each rail individually as well. There's not one fuel pump for one rail. It's 2 fuel pumps going into one large fuel hose, but that fuel hose splits off again before the rails, and it feeds both fuel rails, so you have constant fuel pressure. But other than that, 5-inch exhaust, 5-inch downpipe, and just all stock accessories. All right, so that was a quick breakdown on the 240, what the setup is and all that. So man, it's getting dark. Well, starting to get dark. We'll go get some fuel in this thing, and maybe we can get into something.